It was a good year for sure. I mean, we're already out of it, right? Because it's February right now. Is it February?
Wait, wait,
It's
what?
it's February, isn't it? No, no, no. Never mind. I'm I'm so confused.
Where am I?
I get confused with when they do the 83rd and 84th Academy Awards, and then it's the year after, but you're celebrating the year before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You said 2011. I was thinking 2010.
Well, 2010 was okay.
2010 was a good year for movies.
How's your 2011 going so far?
Not too bad. I've been trying to catch up on all my movie watching so I could do this podcast.
When are you walking across the states?
In 2 years. 2 more years, I will be walking across.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's that prep going?
Not too bad. I think this is around the time that me and my girlfriend just broke up. And that's when I'm like, you know what? I can walk across the country now.
Well, and if you want to listen to more of Robert's podcasts, Robert, tell him real quick before we get out of here, promote your stuff, because you just crossed a major milestone, and a lot of people listen to this guy's stuff. And he has an entire podcast about his walk across the United States.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll talk about that real quick. The Across America, if you search for Across America by Seven Lamb Productions, that's about my trip walking from Washington State all the way to Key West. And my friend Jack joins me and asks me a bunch of questions, and we talk about pretty much my whole trek, which was around 3,700 miles, I believe. So that's Across America, but Seven Lamb Productions actually has a ton of different podcasts. A lot of audio dramas, which are fictional shows. We have everything that's sci-fi, horror, comedy, drama. You can look up Seven Lamb Productions wherever you search for podcasts, and all of them should show up. We have, I think, 12 shows right now with 8 fictional shows, and all 8 are still ongoing. So definitely look those up.
The hardest part for your walk must have been going past St. Pete. Because then you just know I still like you see you're close to your home.
Yeah.
And you still have to go.
I actually stayed at my house for 2 nights before I got back out and started walking again.
Oh, was that the toughest?
Yeah. I mean, walking through Tampa, because I went through Tampa and I stayed with my dad for a little bit too. Like that whole it wasn't too bad because I got to see some friends and stuff, but it sucked because I'm like, I gotta keep going. I have another 2 weeks, 3 weeks of walking still.
How long was the trip?
6 months, 3 weeks total.
Wow.
But Florida is one of the longest states, so it was it took me a whole month to get through Florida.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
That's like when I ran the Tough Mudder, and it's a 12-mile run, but we ran by the finish line. You think you're done, then you had another 2 miles left.
Did you run the whole Tough Mudder?
We tried to do our most of it, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't run the whole time. We walked during some of it. I did it with a couple of friends, but one of our friends was kind of a little bit bigger, so he just couldn't jog the whole time. I think we jogged a few miles here and there, but for the most part, I think we walked.
Right. Yeah, we tried to do as much as possible.
Yeah.
On that. But I did it on a rolled ankle, then I had to go to Toronto and work on concrete for an entire weekend and do a convention and walk the whole time. And then I had to go in film sets and walk, so my ankle's mush.
Yeah.
It looks like applesauce in a balloon right now.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I messed up my legs quite a bit. I get shooting to my legs every once in a while now. I'm like, that's great.
Is that why you always yell occasionally? You're like, ah!
Yeah. I just scream and then I punch my legs. I wish I was joking there, but I'm actually not.
I've seen you do that before. I'm like, man, he hates his legs.
Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people think, and I'm like, no. I mean, I do like my arms better for sure. I don't hate my legs.
You ready for best? You ready for best actor?
Best actor? Yeah, let's do it.
And also, just listen to Seven Lamb Productions. He's been crushing it. We've been podding together since 2015, and the evolution of the show, man, it's great to see.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, over 1 million downloads. Hopefully 2 million by the end of this year.
Nice, cutting checks.
Cutting checks the body can't cash.
All right, so best actor: Colin Firth, King's Speech; Javier Bardem, Beautiful; Jeff Bridges, True Grit; Jesse Eisenberg, Social Network; James Franco, 127 Hours. This is tough because Franco has to carry being in one spot.
Yeah.
Just stuck there. Good performance. Eisenberg, it's a Fincher performance, so it's very understated, but it's excellent. Bridges, many think he should have won his Oscar for this and not Crazy Heart. Yeah. Bardem, he's always good. It was a beautiful performance. and then Colin Firth, The King's Speech. I mean, Colin Firth had been putting in work for a long time, and he, and it was good. It was a good performance. So who do you have here? Who do you predict?
Listen, I like Colin Firth, but I think in this instance, I have to either give it to Eisenberg or Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Bridges would be cool just because John Wayne won his only Oscar or whatever for True Grit, the original. Like, it'd be kind of cool if Bridges won also an Oscar for playing that character. How many, like 50, 60 years later or whatever. And then Eisenberg was really good, though. I really did like Jesse Eisenberg as Zuckerberg. I thought he was great.
Oh, man, this is tough. Because it's so understated, right? It's not.
Yeah.
Firth is excellent. He has speech impediment, nails it, excellent. Has the gravitas. But I'm saying it right now, Eisenberg.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eisenberg too.
Oh man, you ready? All right, I'm gonna type it in.
Yeah.
Cutting the check.
Can't change it.
Fingers crossed. It's in the mail.
It's done.
It's done. If we break into the mail now, it's a federal offense.
That's true. Even though we did it, we paid the mail. That's why once I write a letter to somebody, I never reopen it because I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah. I don't even open letters.
No.
Like, where does it end?
That's true. Like you just have like a stack of like letters from your grandma, like wishing you a happy birthday, and you're like, nope, nah, I don't trust this one. She's just trying to lay a trap.
You know how many checks
right outside?
You know how many checks have just not been opened for me and money left on the table?
So those are checks that you actually can't cash and not have with your body.
And I know they're in there.
Yeah, because you hold it up to the light, right?
Yeah, I have a couple friends that are quite unscrupulous, so I have them do it for me.
Oh, okay.
And then I cut them 10%.
Have any of them been arrested?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's just a line waiting around the building.
I thought you were going to say there's a line and they crossed it.
Yeah, and their bodies couldn't cash the checks that they were cashing.
Yeah. Well, that's what they get for having them bodies that they can't cash.
All right. Natalie Portman, Best Actress. Natalie Portman, Black Swan, Annette Bening, Kids Are All Right, Nicole Kidman, Rabbit Hole, Jennifer Lawrence, Winter's Bone, Michelle Williams, Blue Valentine.
So mine is between Portman or Williams.
Yep, dude, you read my mind.
Yeah, Michelle Williams is really great, and Blue Valentine.
That's a put you through the ringer movie.
Yeah,
that's a tough. But Black Swan, man, it was Portman's time. It is Portman's time. It wasn't. Yeah. I'm speaking like it's in the past. This hasn't even happened yet.
It's her time. I mean, she's been acting since what? She was 12.
And Beautiful Girls, where a dude is like, if I wait 5 years, she'll be 18. And then in Professional, where she dresses up as Marilyn Monroe and sings for Jean Reno.
Yeah.
And she stayed normal and went to Harvard.
That's true. Yeah, and she was great in Black Swan too. Such a dark movie too.
I mean, that's a ringer movie. And I guess she did a lot of work to get in ballerina shape too. And now we know Michelle Williams is always great. I mean, she'll never not be great.
Yeah, but can Michelle Williams be on Tiptoes? Have you ever seen her on Tiptoes?
Yeah, she did Fosse Verdon, where she did a ton of dancing.
All right,
and she won every award for that. So, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to Portman.
Yeah, I'll do Portman too.
I mean, she just put the work in.
Yeah. She was great in that movie. That movie was so like crazy, obviously, because there's just the type of movie it is. But she was great in it.
Yeah, it's I don't know if I can watch it again.
It's not. I haven't watched it again. I watched it the one time, and for me, like Darren Aronofsky films are just very hard for me to like sit down and like watch because they're so depressing.
Would you rather punch your leg for 30 minutes or watch Requiem for a Dream again?
Yeah, no, I'm not watching Requiem again. I watched it once. It was a great film. It was good. My friend, that was like one of his favorite films, and he like watched it over and over again. I'm like, how are you not more depressed?
Oh man, that's a bruiser movie though. And I wish the Cherry movie, Tom Holland, that he was in. Yeah. And obviously you can't make a Tom Holland movie like Requiem for a Dream, but there's just no consequences in Cherry. And Requiem for a Dream, geez Louise.
Oh God, they all hit rock bottom.
Yeah. And then they dig through the rock like I would.
Yep.
You should see my rock bottom.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's only when a tsunami's on its way.
No, I mean, yeah, it's true. But when I'm depressed and digging holes, it's even deeper.
Dang. Do you dig holes like Shia LaBeouf?
I space them further apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
That was him, right? It was him.
Yeah,
Okay.
holes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't like digging holes in the desert.
You like digging them in the jungle. You always like a nice tree canopy. Right?
Yeah, I like a jungle hole.
Shade.
Yeah. And then what I do is I lay some spikes up and I sleep in between them. So if anything tries to dive at me, they get spiked while I'm sleeping down there.
So like Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I once caught one of those while I was sleeping in
a log swing that comes down.
Yeah, I was in a jungle hole sleeping, and a Yautja hunter was hunting some Marines, and it just randomly fell into the hole I was sleeping in. I mean, it got impaled in about 40 different ways.
Because you sleep right next to the spikes.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the spikes go up about 5 feet, so it got impaled, almost landed on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're lucky it didn't try to self-destruct.
It tried. But its arm was impaled. Yeah.
And
yeah, all four limbs were impaled. It was quite impressive. I booped the predator's nose.
Does it have a nose?
Yeah.
It has like 2 little holes or something?
Yeah, I went boop. And then it tried to laser blow me up with its laser thing, but I just sort of turned it to the side. And it made a bigger hole when it shot into the dirt.
And that was when that flash flood was coming, so you just crawled down there and survived it.
Exactly. If that predator hadn't have tried to blow me up with its laser rocket, I wouldn't have had a deeper hole to go into. And that's how I found this treasure.
It's your own journey to the center of the earth.
Yeah. I saw Brendan Fraser down there.
And giant iguanas with fins attached to their back.
I'm still friends with them.
I went old school. I went 50s version.
Hey, I'm still friends with those things.
Really?
Yeah.
Take one home with you?
Oh, yeah. I got it right next to me.
Aw.
Yeah, I dug a hole for it.
That's where he lives.
Yeah.
Iguanas don't live in holes, do they?
I'm just a big fan of bunkers.
So that was one of my favorite levels in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Was bunker.
That's all I ever played.
Yeah. That one. The library went downstairs though too, so you can play that one.
It's really easy for people to find me. Like, so if someone comes hunting for me in New York City, they ignore every skyscraper and just look into the sewers.
Oh, the sewers, not even the subway?
Nah, I go below that.
You go further down. Dude, that's like the worst level of every horror video game I've ever played, is the sewer level.
That movie Mimic is about my life in the sewers.
Nice. Yeah, you started that, right? You were just mimicking the mimics?
Yeah, and they thought I was a cockroach. And that's what the whole movie got based on.
Damn. Whatever happened to Mira Sorvino?
It's a great question. She had Mighty Aphrodite, then that. She's good. She was in something else recently.
She was in something recently?
Yeah. Or maybe I'm just thinking about Hollow Man. No, that's Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
Well, she's good. She's in The Boys. And, I don't want to wreck it. I'm not going to wreck it. Hey, how about Best Director?
Oh, Best Director?
Yeah. Tom Hooper, King's Speech.
Tom Hooper.
Darren Aronofsky, Black Swan. David O. Russell, The Fighter. David Fincher, Social Network. Joel and Ethan Coen, True Grit.
I'm going Fincher. I think this was the one movie that he should have won an Oscar for.
Yeah, I do too. It's everything. It's his accessible film. Remember he made Zodiac? And it got nominated for the Golden Lion over at Venice and the Caesar Awards in France. It was nominated, but no one watched it because I think it's beautiful, but it's not a mainstream film. This is when he tied everything together into one unique package. The thing is, and then his other movies like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Fight Club, those aren't going to get nominated. So I feel like this was his best chance. I mean, I guess Curious Case got nominated. Wait, is that yet? Yeah, that happened 2 years ago. We talked about it.
That's right.
Remember Curious Case of Benji Button?
Yeah, I remember it now. I mean, that one did get nominated, but I think Social Network was the one that, the fact that it was, based on a true story and all that kind of stuff. That was prime Academy Award, right there. He should have gotten it, but, oh well. He should get it. He should get it. Sorry. All
right, so we're both saying David Fincher.
Yeah, Fincher.
Okay, let's do it. So writing his name in, cutting the check, putting it in the mail, never opening it. Yep. No one will ever see it. Fincher, Social Network.
Okay.
Who would be your second place?
That's hard. I guess either Aronofsky or the Coen Brothers. I mean, I like the Coen Brothers. I don't know if True Grit's it's not their best work.
No.
It's a pretty film and I like it, but I don't know. Even The Fighter, I like David Russell. I like that too.
These are all good, right?
Yeah. The only one I just wasn't a fan of was Tom Hooper. I don't know why.